On today's live daily news, two bad crashes overnight. San Angelo is set to get another Dollar General store, and a colossal pipeline extends into southern Tom Green County. Plus, Bob Bluthart with Fort Concho tells us all we need to know about their 2 days of Halloween at the fort next week. All of this and more. I'm Joe Hyde, and this is Live. We'll get to the news in a second, but first, did you know that South Plains Implement presents the October closeout sale? You'll get unbeatable deals on John Deere compact and utility tractors. Save $1,500 on selected 1 to 3 series tractors, $2,000 off select 4 series tractors, and a huge $3,000 off select SE tractors. You better hurry there because this offer is good until October 27th. County restrictions apply. Don't miss out on the October closeout savings. That's South Plains Implement in San Angelo off of US 67 North at 3993 Tractor Trail and at 18 more locations throughout West Texas and New Mexico. South Plains Implement, where farm meets family. Now, on to the news. We start the show with news about a gigantic pipeline that is right now being tunneled through southern Tom Green County. It's known as the Matterhorn Express. The 42-inch, 490-mile pipeline will carry 2.5 billion cubic feet per day of natural gas from the Permian's Waha Natural Gas Terminal in Pecos County to a gas terminal in Katy. The significance of the Matterhorn Express cannot be overstated, as it will contribute approximately 25% of the total takeaway capacity of the Waha terminal, which currently stands at 10 billion cubic feet per day. The only pipeline out of Waha with a similar capacity and length is the Permian Highway Pipeline, which began operations in 2021 and has a capacity of 2.1 billion feet per day. It's worth noting that this pipeline took a different route, bypassing Tom Green County, instead passing through Schleicher and Menard counties on its way to Junction. The construction crews have already achieved a remarkable feat by boring the pipeline approximately 50 feet below both Spring and Dove Creeks. Their next challenge lies crossing underneath the South Concho River as they continue their eastward progress. To see the crews, travel southwest on Knickerbocker Road past the tiny hamlet of Knickerbocker, where you turn south on FM 2335. You'll see a bunch of heavy construction equipment a couple miles down the road. In other news, last night a bad car crash shut down a strip of US 67 toward Ballinger. Our reporters arrived at the crash last night at around 7:30. By the time we were on the scene, the vehicle was engulfed in flames and an ambulance had loaded up a female victim and rushed her to the Shannon ER. We're being told the woman was then airlifted to Lubbock. Bystanders that night were able to capture a video of the crash. Let's take a look. As of right now, we do not know the status of the victim. We have reached out to the DPS for a statement. As of now, we can only confirm they are investigating the incident. This is not the only horrific crash this week in the Concho Valley either. On Thursday morning, a 35-year-old Tamara Mathis broke down on State Highway 158 and was walking back to her car after obtaining a container of gas in Robert Lee. At the same time, a bus was coming down the highway, attempted to move out of another car's way, and hit Mathis as she was walking on the side of the road towards her car. Mathis was pronounced dead at the scene. Man, I don't know how lucky can you get. Our thoughts and prayers are with her family. In business news today, it was reported that San Angelo could be on its way to having a 12th Dollar General store. Think about that, 12 Dollar General stores in just the city limits of San Angelo alone. That's not counting the one in Christoval and the one up in Grape Creek. In the most recent building permit report from the city of San Angelo, it was revealed that a $1 million permit is pending to build this Dollar General next to the soccer fields on Glenna Street. This location currently is without a grocery store or any kind of store at all, so it could be a good fit for all those soccer moms. Moving into weather this weekend in the Concho Valley, it's going to be beautiful. All weekend long, expect partly cloudy skies with highs in the low 90s. As for the Friday night lights tonight, expect the sunset to happen around 7 p.m. and temperatures to fall only to the mid to upper 70s. Folks, this is football weather. There is some rain in the forecast, but those showers may be on Monday and Tuesday. Of course, come back to the Live Daily News Show on Monday for your weather update. Finally, the Lakeview Chiefs lost a tough one last night to the Big Spring Steers. But don't worry, football fans, there are many more games tonight, including the Central Bobcats shootout against Midland Legacy. I'm so old, Army. Anyway, Cover One analyst James Bellini has more on tonight's showdowns. Plus, first a message from Jim Bass Ford.
Do you have a child with special needs? Well, we have a special day of fun just for you. It's the Fall Festival for Children with Special Needs, sponsored by Jim Bass Ford and San Angelo Live. Join us at Jim Bass Ford Thursday, October 26th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. for games, prizes, refreshments, and candy, free for children with special needs and their families. The 2023 Fall Festival at Jim Bass Ford at the corner of Houston Hart and Arden Road. Don't miss it.
Last night, the Lakeview Chiefs took on the Big Spring Steers to try to get a playoff spot in the postseason this year. The Steers took over the first half, and midway through the second quarter, they were up 21-7, and at halftime, Big Spring was up 34-7. After halftime, the Chiefs' offense woke up, and they put up 35 points over the second half. It wouldn't be enough, though, as Big Spring would win the game 63-42. The Chiefs have a bye week next week before wrapping up the season against Lubbock Estacado. As for tonight, the Central Bobcats take on the Midland Legacy Rebels at San Angelo Stadium. The Wall Hawks are at Clayton Weissoon Field against TLCA San Angelo Eagles. The Ballinger Bearcats play the Brady Bulldogs at Bulldog Stadium in Brady. And a big district matchup goes down in Sterling City with the Battle of the Birds when the Sterling City Eagles play the El Dorado Eagles. Other games include Menard at Berry Best, Robert Lee at Erie County, Ozona at Reagan County, Early at Grape Creek, and Sonora makes the 400-mile trip to Anthony to face off against the Wildcats. And for more sports around the Concho Valley and beyond, check out sanangelolive.com/sports. And do not forget to watch the pregame show on San Angelo Live.
Ew, that sounds gross.
Right now, get 15% off carpet cleaning from Carpet Tech.
And welcome back to the show. We have a very special guest. It is our monthly visit with Fort Concho, Bob Bluthart, coming to talk about some Halloween stuff. Bob, how's it going?
We are doing well, and we hope to scare the heck out of people in the coming weeks.
Well, there you go. I mean, Old Fort, that's about as
Old
honest
Fort,
as you can get.
where else would a ghost go?
Exactly.
Well, we have two events on the same weekend, not this
Okay.
coming weekend, but next, which would be the 27th and 28th. We have the Murder Mystery, and that's where you show up, and you can show up anytime.
Mm-hmm.
After 7:30 to about 9:30, and you get your clue sheet,
Okay.
and you go out and talk to various volunteers and staff members who are dressed up in period garb and make believe it's 1870 whatever, because a murder has been committed.
All right.
Don't send Joe. There's really no murder. And you try to figure out through that and the other clue stations who the murderer is, and it's all based on kind of the board game Clue, and it's
Okay.
a lot of fun. There is a charge. It's a fundraiser for us, so it's $8 if you're a Fort member and $10 if you're not. Hint, hint, if you're a Fort member, you get in cheaper.
Yeah.
And it's just a show-up thing. There's no schedule in terms of RSVP. Just kind of drop on by. Starting around 7:30, and I think we run a couple of hours until we all run out of steam.
So, you get there, you pay your way in, and you go house or barracks to barracks to barracks.
Building to building, and there's 5 or 6 stops of people dressed in the period clothing, and they'll treat you just like it's the 1870s. And then there's 4 other stops where there'll be clues posted or things you have to figure out. So if you're a clue person, a board person, if you like mysteries, or if you want a good walk, or if you want to learn something, we'll cover all those bases for you.
Well, I don't want to give y'all a hint of who the murderer is, but
They never tell me.
Oh man, I didn't try to slip him.
You don't tell the boss that. You also don't want to be. You also don't want to be the target. So maybe it's best I stay away.
There you
That's
go.
just one of 2 events that evening, almost
Okay.
simultaneously in the Quartermaster building, we have a haunted house, although as the staff member, Leslie Marshall, is calling it, the House of Horrors. No, it's not a reading of the city budget. It is an actual haunted house.
Okay.
And you will
And what building is this in?
Quartermaster building. It's at the far east end of the parade ground, the intersection of Flipper, Avenue C, and Burgess.
Okay.
We'll try to have some signs up, and you just look for the crowds going in. Again, another charge. It's another fundraiser. Same price, $8 for Fort members and $10 for everybody
So
else.
if you want to do both of them, you want to be a Fort member because right there you're already saving.
$4 of the good. There you go. And you can join by calling us at 657-4444, and we do credit cards very nicely over the phone, or pull down the website application and send us a check, or just drop by in person. We like people, so come on and see us.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what the business you're in.
That's people.
Just telling people how things happen.
That's what we do. And then as a sidebar, we have a celebration on the 26th, which is a week from today, National Mule Day. I never knew we had such a thing, but years ago, father of our country, George Washington, was president, a great general, politician. He also was a breeder of mules.
Okay.
And he established the traditions for good mule breeding, and there was a national celebration day of it, which one of our staff members, Brenda Lee Brown, discovered. So we try to have an event once a year.
When you have a mule, you have to celebrate.
You have to celebrate.
I mean,
so we will have some displays, and of course we do have a mule on staff. So come on by the stables on Flipper Street. This is a free event, so just come on by, bring a carrot. It's not for staff; it's for the mule. And just enjoy Mule Day from 10 a.m. to about 2 or 3 p.m.
What's the name of the mule in at Fort Concho?
Mac.
Mac? Mm-hmm. All right. Mac the Mule. You
Mac
can go
the
see him.
Mule.
That's the 26th.
That's the 26th.
And then 27th is the haunted
27th and
house
28th, Friday, Saturday, is the haunted house, and
okay.
then the murder mystery. Simultaneously from about 7,
So both of those
7:30 to
events
10.
are going on at the same time on both days.
That is correct.
Okay, awesome.
Two for one.
Yeah, so if you miss one day, you can, or if you,
You
want
go
to
to
knock
the
one
other.
out one day and knock one out
That's
the other
right.
day.
Do your murder mystery on Friday and hit the House of Horrors on Saturday, or vice versa.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed the clue the first time, you just go do it again. And
Well,
act
as
like
we
you don't
say,
know.
you'll get educated at one and frightened to death on the other. So you decide.
All right, Bob. Anything else that you guys got going on?
We are gearing up for the Christmas event.
Yes. Biggest event of the year.
Biggest event of the year, strange as it seems. It's mid-October. It is going below 90, sometimes below 80. Heck, in the mornings, it's even in the 50s.
Yeah.
We are in the home stretch of preparations. The one thing we're always looking for are good volunteers to work the gates and the various doorways and things. So, and you get in free. If you do a shift, you get a free day pass. So call us at 657-4441. And someone will take a message, or you can leave a message, and we'll get back to you and schedule you.
Awesome. Never too early to start looking forward to Christmas.
It's always a good thing, and it's our biggest fundraiser of the year. It's also a whole lot of fun, makes people happy, and what's wrong with that?
Exactly. All right, Bob Luthart with Fort Concho. Thanks, Bob, for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Perfect. Go back to you guys. When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Concho's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Concho's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Concho stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Concho's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Thank you for watching the live daily news for Friday. Get ready for the Friday Night Lights. We got 2 more live streams tonight. The halftime show with the Live Cover One crew and the postgame show with the Live Cover One crew. You can catch the live daily news not only on the live stream platforms of YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, but also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and a whole bunch of other podcast platforms. For the whole crew here at San Angelo Live, I'm Joe Hyde, and thanks for watching.